think I don't know that, you know.
Just watch that lady with the bag over there.
Alrighty, I'll get started right away because I think we screwed up our time anyway, and I don't want to, no short shift here. Let me tell you about the room first. This was the corporate headquarters for the bank, and in 1940 they put this in. You know, and they used it once a week for like a couple of decades, and then in the 70s they decided to cut it up into 3 different offices. So they put a wall there and a wall here, but they were very respectful of the paneling. So the paneling's all original. We replaced the floor and the ceiling and the light fixtures, but it was just basically the paneling was untouched. So yeah, it's in great shape.
The original of the building is like underneath the limestone. It was brick.
Really?
Big renovation in 1939 to 1940. So this is, you know, I keep, it's not just favorite things. I used to say my favorite things are in this room, but I have favorite things all over the place. But I try to, keep the cases interesting for me and anybody that comes in, you know. I still, every day, I enjoy looking at, what we have in the cases. This is line product, and I also have vintage stuff mixed in over here, and some artist stuff. The artwork, in probably about 10 years ago, we were driving through Indiana, and Harris likes to stop at every antique store, every flea market, everything. And we ran across this painting. There was an illustration from an ad from the 50s, and it was an original Gerber Baby ad that had run in the magazines, and it was the original artwork. And I thought, oh, this is really cool. So I bought it for $60 and started researching illustration art. Well, it turns out I wasn't the first one to think of that. So people had been, buying those. It's a whole market thing. But the thing that nobody wanted was the romance novel art. So I thought it's so pretty. I'm gonna, so there's some very fine artists who do this work, and I think a lot of them did it because they had to do it. They wanted to get a paycheck, so they just I'll just do it. But I love some of it. It's really, it's really kind of fun. These, however, are not. These are better. This is better artwork. This is from the 50s. It's from the pinup guys, the guys who used to do the pinup artwork. And this is called good girl art because they have all their clothes on. And this was taken from a jewelry calendar. So it was a jewelry manufacturer who had done a calendar with these images. So there are 12 of these. I have 2. I'm looking for more. I want 4. There's room for 4. I want 4. And I'm trying to find the calendar, and I've never run across it.
So these are all originals that you found along
Yeah,
the way?
eBay mostly.
Really?
Yeah, just look up art, and you'll no, don't bid against me. I don't want. Yeah. Anyway, so
RT on there. You're like, I know who that is.
let me show you this real quick.
Yeah, you need to
Gather around
this side, yes.
and excuse my breakfast. Sorry, I'm trying to I should have eaten beforehand. Yes.
This is the famous Miss Kitty on the sofa, by the way. That's or Kitty. Not I keep saying Miss, just Kitty.
It's Miss Nancy and Kitty. This is how I sculpt now. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to start here. Do this. Whoops. Get rid of that.
How long did it take to learn this program?
Well, I'm still learning.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, it's about 6 months. Yeah.
He's going to finally get good at sculpting now.
Yes, finally, right. Harris, I'm telling you. Let me see here. Now this is, put the floor on there. This is how I start every head now. Whoops, not quite. Symmetry, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
See, so I know it's real. It's like, you know, it is the coolest thing.
Did you just say pretty?
No, I said 3D.
Oh.
3D.
I said pretty. I'm like, not yet.
Oh,
Is this like an Adobe program or?
this is called ZBrush. So it's like a professional. You know, it was designed by artists for artists.
For artists,
yeah,
right.
And it's a sculpting program.
Very cool.
And this is how I start every head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody would want to look like that, but whatever. But thank you anyway. You know, and this is literally this is how I'll start. Ears.
Did you go to school for sculpting, or it just came naturally after?
Yeah, I never did. I started sculpting when I was 29, and I have taken classes since. So.
Is it as satisfying?
Well, I love this because it turns out I'm better at this than clay. It's hard to explain, but clay holds me back, and this doesn't. Because you know, with clay, you're worried about, you know, I have in my head, but you have to worry about balancing the head, you know. And this you don't have to. It just comes. You know, I'm doing both sides of the head at the same time. You know, like when that's, you know.
I took sculpting just a class from Beverly Stowe,
Oh,
and I was bad at it.
you were bad
but I
at
could-
it.
oh, yeah.
Oh, but it takes
But
practice.
I can see how hard it is. It's not easy.
And this is I did this head. Whoops. Yep. 4 minutes. All right. So let me see if I can bring this one up.
4 minutes before I win my Dow.
Ah. Are you gonna win one? There you go. Yeah, and this is. I mean, I started with the ball.
That's
Yeah.
oh my God. Like, you just make it look so easy.
It wasn't. It was, you know, but it
So where do you go from that? Do you use a 3D printer or do you?
Oh, yeah, good question. I assume I've done this like 4 times now. So I already said that, but I didn't say that. Yes, I would take this and email it to. We have a guy in Chicago who's he's our engineer. He readies my sculpts for production. So I'll send this to him and he'll print it out in wax, and then that way he can adjust it, add the joints, and then we send it off to be molded. So this is, but you know what? I can get further along now with the 3D. I mean, with the digital sculpting than I could
Does it
before.
cut down the time?
Oh my God, yes.
Obviously, but production as well.
Yeah. You know, because what he prints out will be cleaner. You know, there's no balancing or anything like that. You know, so.
And
Yeah.
you don't hear the sound of clay hitting the wall.
Hitting the wall, I know.
Damn head.
Isn't that right?
Foul cleanup. Oh yeah.
Ah. So anyway, that's where we're headed. So.
How long have you been using this program?
I've been training on it for about 6 months now, and I already see that, you know, I started with another program probably 8 years ago, and I just could never get it because it had, you know, but this one is much more developed and much more user friendly than the other ones were. So, thank you.
Is it as satisfying though as working with your hands and clay?
Well, you know what? That's a very good question. But it takes the same muscle. It takes the same brain, and I'm still sculpting. And you know, this is a touch sensitive pad. So if I lighten the touch, you know, the clay, what I put down on the model is lighter, and if I press down, it gets harder. So there's still that tactile sort of thing. But it gets what's up here gets there better,
And faster,
easier.
too.
Yes, faster and easier.
Still
Yeah.
a
So
form of artistry, almost like a painter.
yeah, and if you can't sculpt, you can't do this.
Right, exactly.
You know, you can get something out of there. Well, you know, but it's okay. All right. If you say so. All right.
But it was fun,
All right.
and I have a better appreciation.